What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all spinning the block as always. I'm Bob Choji, and today we here with a Dragon Ball Sparking Zero banger for y'all, man. Now, as y'all know by now, man, new gameplay, new footage, new drops been getting put out every day based off the demo that's available for early access and just gameplay records and things like that. But if you haven't already by now, I'm sure there's some gameplay of whatever character you wanted to see showcase is out there somewhere, bro, because the Sparking Zero content has been flooding the YouTube scene right now, bro. When it comes to anime games, bro, everything is about Sparking Zero right now. So I kind of want to take a step back at some of the gameplay we've been seeing and just take a look at 5 little interesting facts or details that I picked up through watching the gameplay itself. Now, before we go into that, I want to say, man, it's been a long time since we had something like this happen where months and months prior to the game's actual release, we had this much gameplay, raw gameplay and footage to just go off and analyze, man. Like, it's a lot of times when it comes to anime games where we just kind of left in the dark up until release. And I don't mean like necessarily like completely in the dark, but just kind of like with a lot of questions left unanswered until we get our hands on the actual game, man. So we were actually able to get our first look at the online PvP and how that would look with this Goku and Vegeta match here. They did it side by side, and I'm not sure what arrangements they had set up or what the connections was looking like, bro. So it's hard for me to go off this and just say the online is gonna be perfect, but it looked like they was running this through with no problems. That was kind of, they made it a point that they wanted to show us this for whatever reason. And I'm not mad at that, bro, because that's actually a good way to, you know what I'm saying, convince people that they actually care about the game. If they're advertising the online PvP section this early on, meaning they're gonna actually put some thought into it and actually care about whether it's a good product. Meaning if the servers are shit day one for whatever reason, I could see them going out their way to try to get that corrected, not a month later, 2 months later, but like right then and there. Could be wrong though, very so much could be wrong. But with that being said, man, let's get into the 5 interesting details I picked up while over the past week or so I've been looking at Sparking Zero gameplay, right? All right, so for number 1, I'm gonna go the unique character moveset, right? And what I mean by that is, if you have played any previous Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi games or Sparking games, if you will, the rosters were huge. The rosters were incredibly large, bro. Some of the biggest we've seen in anime games. A vast majority of those rosters in those games, the Budokai Tenkaichi series, had copy and paste movesets, man. Meaning like 2/3 of the characters damn near had like a full power energy volley or a full power energy wave with a generic grab in there or a generic dash attack. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not seeing that here, and it's just a small sample size based on what they gave us on the early access playable demo. Only certain characters are available. I'm not saying that it won't be that same way in Sparking Zero, but I'm seeing so much less of that duplicate moves in the different characters. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they kind of making it more of putting more emphasis on having each character be unique to their own moveset, their own character. You know what I mean? Like, not just throwing them a random full power energy wave in there. I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of different variations of that, but like even with like some of the smaller characters, like for Berta here, I see he has his own little unique moves and grabs and things like that I haven't seen from nobody else. So with that being said, yeah, I feel like they, you know what I'm saying, put more emphasis on character moveset so that each characters feel unique, and it's not like you playing some generic character with half of his moveset copy from and pasted from over here and the other half copy and paste from over there to make up a new character or whatever. So it's not just replica characters with different skins, and I can appreciate that. Now, like I said, I could be wrong. These are just the characters that we've been shown up to date. It's not to say a bunch of side characters won't come in here and have the full power energy volley or the full power energy wave or just the generic copy and paste moves, but from what I can see right now, that's looking very different than in past Budokai Tenkaichi games or past Sparking games. All right, so the next thing I want to get into, bro, kind of talk about for the number 2 thing that I've been noticing during the Sparking Zero gameplay and the news updates that have been put out is the legitimate ties to nostalgia, man. Like, I feel like they doing a great job of modernizing what we know and love to be Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi, bro. New updated version of it for this day and age, but they still keeping those same ties that made us genuinely enjoy the game from back in the day. A lot of the things they could have, you know what I'm saying, kind of could have left out if they wanted to make it a simpler process for them. But, you know, they found ways and workarounds to keep those same Tenkaichi elements involved. For example, like the beam clashes, the vanishing mechanics, you know what I mean? Like, how the key charge works still the same. Like everything that we know and loved about Tenkaichi, they gave you that feeling for always wanting to play it and kept you coming back, bro. It's still here in this game, and I think that's what's gonna make Sparking Zero great. Is because we all know Budokai Tenkaichi 2 or 3, whichever one you like the best to be. They all pretty much in top 5 when it comes to anime games, or however you want to look at it. The series is goated, right? So the best way they could have did it is to keep those same elements. Don't come out and just put a name on it and make this a whole new Dragon Ball game from shit that we've never seen before. You know what I mean? But then still call it Sparking Zero, because that's not gonna go right. But they even got a little bit of Raging Blast 2 elements in there, man, with the character menus and things like that. So I feel like this I've always been calling it a new updated version of Tenkaichi, bro. Even though it's Sparking Zero, that's just what it feel like. That's just what it look like, man. I can appreciate them keeping those same day one mechanics and stuff like that in the game. All right, so another thing I picked up on as I've been watching gameplay and going through Sparking Zero footage, man, is the attention to detail in the dialogue, bro. The dialogue in this game, I can already see, bro, is literally goated. Like, there's characters that have no business interacting with each other, bro. Having like startup dialogue and stuff like that and back and forth. Even if it's one-sided, it's still like cool to see that in the game, man. With a game like this, there was such a large roster, a lot of those small details can get skipped over just because there's so many characters to go through. But the fact that they're you know what I'm saying, like just picking these different little interesting dynamic like, you know what I'm saying, mix-ups to throw interactions in there, bro, and have everybody say something and acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, the person they going across from. And like some of it is really in depth as well too. It's not just they saying that person's name. Like some of it is really in depth. Like the Android 17 is grade 8 Vegeta, the Dragon Ball Super Trunks and the adult Gohan. Like all of that stuff, bro, is A1. That stuff gets you hyped, bro. Like little details like that, that stuff gets you hyped before the match actually starts. When you got two characters, even if those characters don't, you know what I'm saying, haven't normally crossed paths in the series or whatever, but they got like a little Easter egg kind of dialogue in the game, bro. Them little details right there can take a game over the top, bro. I wonder how deep they'll dive into these little character interactions, man, to see how far they actually go. What are some of the weird ones? I want to see the most unexpected ones that you would have never thought they would put in the game. Are we gonna get maybe additional? I know games like this are real big on voice lines being additional content or unlockable content or whatever. So maybe we get some updated voice lines or whatever in the future. But yeah, I'm interested to see how far they go, and that's just a cool little gimmick to have in the game. And it's games that have way less characters that don't even care enough to put like intricate interactions between the characters. And that's not a huge deal, nothing like that. It's not a game changer or a deal breaker, but it's just cool to have that in the game, because why not? You feel me? All right, and then another thing that I peeped, bro, I think we on number 4. Another thing I peeped during watching the gameplay, I believe that this game will have a vastly different amount of ways that it can actually be played. I believe there'll be like a competitive style, regardless of it being an arena fighter, because a lot of arena fighters have a quote-unquote competitive scene. So I think there'll be a competitive way to play it, and there'll be a casual way to play it. I'm not sure if they intend on having some type of rank system involved. I can imagine they will, because it's just any new age fighting game, there's going to be ranked 9 times out of 10. But I can definitely see this game being a toss-up between like the casual fan base and the competitive fan base. And I think more so like the classic Tenkaichi players who played it back in the day, kind of like myself, bro, haven't touched the game. You know, as consoles upgraded, the game kind of just got left in the past, bro. Console players who haven't played any older games within recent years, and you've been 10, 15 years without touching the Tenkaichi, I kind of probably start off more on that casual side. I think some of the veteran players, and this is kind of obvious, the veteran players who've been keeping up with Tenkaichi, who've been playing the updated mods and just playing the classic Budokai Tenkaichi games, are gonna hop on and be destroying everybody first couple days, man. That's just what it is, bro. Now the control scheme between the standard and the classic, I don't know how big of a difference they are. We probably, I won't know until I actually play the game myself, but I'm interested to see how big of a difference those two control schemes make in terms of what mechanic, how easy it are to pull off mechanics and combos and things like that. So the fact that they put two different control sets in the game though definitely tells me that it's going to be a bunch of different play styles when it comes to playing this. Talk about, bro, and this kind of go hand in hand with number 4 is if you take a look at the HUD, man, I think the skill count management and the key management is gonna play a huge role in this game, man. Just peeping here, you see Gohan here with a 5 on his skill count meter versus the Majin Buu with a 1. And he's able to go into that transformation, you know what I mean, and then go from there. That cost him 1. He still got 4 left. I feel like the person who can manage their skill count better, bro, or is able to build that meter up, it's gonna have the advantage in the game most of the time, bro. I just feel like that's gonna be one of the biggest fundamentals in the game, and it's gonna be one of the biggest things you could possibly learn on release, is kind of just learning the best ways to manage your skill count and your ki. Now, ki is whatever we know we can manually charge ki. Now, how quick and fast it is to come out of that, it doesn't seem like it's a huge deal as long as you got enough space between you and your opponent. There are characters that can go full power ki with the clickable, you know what I'm saying, clickable button. It's a skill or whatever. So, but yeah, so ki not really as much. You just kind of just create that distance from your opponent and have time to charge and you'll be straight. But I'm sure nobody's gonna let you just charge ki in a face, man, unless it's a mutual agreement or whatever, and y'all just respect the ki charge, which is a very real thing. The mutual ki charge in Dragon Ball games is a very real thing. So I don't think he's gonna be too crazy, but I definitely think the skill count management, bro, is gonna play key factors in how games play out, especially online. Because shit, that one skill point or whatever you want to call it might end up saving you the match, bro. So, but that's pretty much it, man. This is a quick little 5 little details or 5 little things I noticed while I have been watching this gameplay, man. How do y'all feel about the Sparking Zero gameplay that's been getting put out over the past week? What's it been, 2 weeks now, man? I feel like every day we get new gameplay, new scraps. It's been a while since we had a game like this just give us so much raw footage months and months prior to release. And I think I said that already, but that can really go 2 ways for real if we keep them in a buck. This could be a case of them just wanting to feed the streets and all that, and that's cool. Or this could mean that we probably won't hear no more brand new news or updates for a while, probably till we get closer to release, because they gave us the gameplay already. They didn't talk to us about the what if story mode, the custom matches and things like that. So right now they kind of could just be pushing all this out at the beginning of the summer, and they go into a deep dive into they real finishing touches phase where they really kind of just lock in and we really don't hear nothing much from us. That could be a reason why we get so much gameplay. That way we got enough to satisfy our wait until we hear something else. Now that's just speculation, of course. That's just me, theorizing, or I don't even know if that's a word, bro, but that's just me coming up with shit just based on the past and how I've seen games presented before. It could be a real possibility though that we probably might not hear no brand new. We might get some scans, maybe some new character releases or character announcements, but we kind of already got a gist of who's gonna be in the game. So I don't know if there will be any more surprises at this point. They've already confirmed the game starts Saiyan Saga and Dragon Ball Z all the way to Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power arc. But we even got Broly from the Gogeta movie, so the superhero stuff is DLC. So that's about as far as we go out to, right? The Broly movie. So I don't, I don't know if anybody they can announce will be like a full surprise. We just kind of pretty much at this point waiting to get them confirmed in the game and just, wanting to see gameplay from them, how they look in the game and all that. But I don't think nobody that from here to now that they announce is going to be like a surprise, like, oh, I can't believe they were in the game. But yeah, that's it for today, man. That's all I had, man. I want y'all to let me know in the comments, bro. Is there anything y'all noticed or picked up while y'all been watching this Dragon Ball Sparking Zero gameplay? Anything y'all think they need to improve? Anything they think they excelling at, bro? Please let me know in the comments, man, so I can take a look at it, man, and see for myself what's really going on with it, man. But appreciate y'all tapping in as always, man. If you like the video, go ahead, leave a like and subscribe, man. Really help out the channel, and I appreciate it, man. But that's it for until next time, man. Let's get it, yo.